Petticoat Chronicle was born because of the idea of revealing stuff which is generally hidden under petticoats.
We decided to workshop our piece. So we started collecting different pieces by South African authors around the subject of being a woman, because it's something that all three of us, director and both actresses, can relate to. There's such a shortage of material for two female actresses, so that's why we decided to do a series of disparate pieces centering around different themes.
So when they realized they had to devise something, they started searching in themes of beneath the petticoats, you know, puberty, pregnancy, sexuality, etc.
And we just kind of scoured every possible source we could to come up with a really rich and full show, which shows what it's like to be a woman from lots of different perspectives.
Because I kept looking, what does a chronicle mean? Because you think you know. But it was very much a recording of events. It's like a memoir, it's like recording, it's like a diary in a way, which made me start thinking about chronicling someone's, how we grow. So from young girl to young woman, so you cross over from childhood stuff into early sensuality, discovering sexuality. From there you go into marriage. I mean, it's kind of traditional chronicle. And then I decided to end with birth at the end as opposed to birth at the beginning, just because I think it was less predictable.
The poem by Chris Mann, Miss South Africa, runs throughout the piece as it joins it together as a thread. So each one of these vignettes that we paint of different women, each one of them is a Miss South Africa in their own unique way, but not necessarily a Miss South Africa that's celebrated or talked about a lot in theatre or on TV, but little Miss South Africas that you see the woman on the side of the road sitting on a crate beside her neat display of oranges and tomatoes, or, you know, a street walker.
All this, the realities of South Africa, and my idea was that each one of these stories that we had, these fragments, these vignettes, would paint a picture of a different woman, and then wrap up in the Miss South Africa chorus running through it.
I remember every penetration, sweat and scream of every colour and size. I do not remember when I had my first period, but remember me yelling and screaming because I was dirty.
One of the ideas which I really think has worked beautifully with the chronicles is the scarves and the shoes. There's that whole saying about don't judge me until you've walked in my shoes. The red scarf was quite nice for the blood. So when she had blood on her skirt, it served for blood on the skirt, for the miscarriage scene. I've always been into female theatre, I've always been into feminist theatre, so I must say I have a very developed eye on women. I was quite astonished when Amy said that one of her peers at Varsity said to her they'd never seen this particular form of theatre before and that it was so new. And that kind of astonished me, because I mean, this is like a concert, you know, this is a concert, you know, this is a revue, it's cabaret. It's my favourite form of theatre, I love it. I hate fourth wall. I'm right into eyeballing the audience, and we are here, let's talk, you know.
Your baby is big and strong when he steps out.
You know, you don't need decoration. You can do things incredibly simply, as long as it's honest.
My body is an income for a man who claims to be my father but still sleeps with me.
The essence of theatre is that everybody should leave. Ideally, one person leaves that theatre and looks at the world with new eyes.
Every time we finish, there's always a woman who stands up and applauds because she obviously saw herself somewhere in the play, or afterwards when we're walking around, we always get several women who come up to us and say thank you. And that's a special thing, because it means you've done something and we've achieved the goal that we wanted to in the end, because this is a play by women and it is for women.
To be a woman is to know pain. Right from the labour.